Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Won't you spare me over another? But what is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? When God is gone and the devil takes hold, who'll have mercy on your soul, Dad? No wealth, no ruin, no silver, no gold. Nothing satisfies me but your soul. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. My name is Destiny.
And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello. It's
Hi.
It's been a minute, man. It has been a long minute, actually. Lots of faces that I haven't seen in too long. So, as most of you guys know, if you have come from another community, this is a game that will be happening every 2 weeks. It's going to be the first and the third Thursday of every month, and it will happen pretty much like clockwork. We'll start at about 8 p.m. EST, give or take 5 or 10 minutes, and it'll run for about 3.5 hours. And tonight will mark episode 1 of season 2. We do have a very different face with us today. As you'll see, there is Kurtson, as played by Wyld. Wyld will be joining us on our adventure today, and I think you guys you'll enjoy what he's got. So, as you guys know, you can make direct impact in this game every time we meet a milestone. In this case, every 2 patrons. If we break 20 followers, which I believe is happening, retweets if we hit 20 of those, and every 5 subs. We have a max of 5 luck rerolls. There will be no other viewer interruption this evening, nothing like that. So let's get into the nitty gritty. Hi guys, it's been a second. How have you guys been?
I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm so excited. I'm sweaty.
I'm tired. You get a sweaty Lily and a tired Ello. That's what you've come across. Random encounter.
How do you proceed?
I use coffee.
Girl?
Caution.
Use coffee. It's super effective.
I proceed with caution and aerosol, I think.
Open your nasal passages.
Not happening.
Roll for initiative.
That's already begun.
So, yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I admittedly, like, I'm a little nervous, man. I'm kind of jittery. Like, this game has a special spot in my heart, and I didn't want to see it come to a halt, so I've been kind of like pushing. And I know that at times it's been rough with convention season, game releases, holiday things, you know, the whole kit and caboodle, which kind of comes with it. But I don't want to see this game go anywhere because it's very special to me. And I've formed a lot of important relationships here. You guys are pretty important to me. So stick around.
We're starting right off the bat like this?
Yeah. I mean, shut up, you turd.
It's only down.
I told
I've already. You look like a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Why do I look
Doesn't he
like a
always
jerk?
look like a jerk?
I was just about to say, okay, that I was excited. Like, I don't get excited about things till I'm like there.
Same.
And as soon as the music stopped, I was like, oh shit, we're about to do some D&D.
We're in it.
We're about
Yeah.
to do some D&D. We are in it.
Yeah.
In it to win it. No, I'm glad that we didn't cancel it either, because I have a lot of fun D&Ding with you guys, and you guys are fucking ridiculous, and I can't trust you for 2 seconds. But otherwise, it's been pretty phenomenal. I've really enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
It did make me like weirdly happy. Whenever you weren't here, I knew we were going to have to explain everything, and you would be like, "What? What do you mean that you played with that in the graveyard?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Nothing. We're just totally fine. We're just."
It was like
No,
How about
children.
this? How about this? It was like Ello comes back, and it's like, well, what happened? Bart's face is split open, and you need to fix that. Oh, okay, I'll get to work on that. Hey,
We
guys,
haven't
I'm
fixed
back.
it.
What
We just
happened?
left him there.
Yeah, what happened this time? Oh, we all used Tima as a trampoline and jumped on her back. Yeah, she's hurt too. You're gonna need to heal that. Oh, okay. What happened last time? Oh, well, someone was possessed, and then I decided to put my butt on their face, and he took a chunk out of my butt. So when he bit it, so we're gonna need you to fix that too. It's like every time I come back, there's some new set of travesties and tragedies that I have
Don't
to.
worry, guys. I volunteer as
fix.
tribute to take all blame. It's fine.
I mean,
What
it's
do you
all
mean? What do
your
you mean
fault.
volunteer? It's 99% your fault every time.
Definitely
Hi,
not. I
chat.
don't know
By
who
the
told
way.
that, but they're definitely lying.
Hi, chat. I love you. It's good to have you guys back too.
Remember that one time Ello said he hated the whole chat and that they were assholes? Because I did.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Like every day. Listen, just because I think they're a bunch of jerks doesn't mean that I can't be cordial with them and welcome them to the stream, the bunch of idiots that they are. I'm just kidding. Love me, please.
I need
Because you guys-
attention.
Because aren't there like benefits and stuff for doing certain things, and we can benefit from that. So love me during this broadcast. Afterwards, we're gonna have to go back to our normal relationship,
Yes.
which is estranged. So
Yeah, every part of that is accurate. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We did our recap of sorts last week, and man, things aren't like great in the town, as we found out. So we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that it is better, or at least it's as good as it can be. But we're going to start today a little differently. So we're going to start with the introduction of a new character, Kurtson. Kurtson, you have been given a message, albeit it was delivered late. You were on your journey to redefine yourself and your purposes in the world. I'll leave that up to you to describe if you so see fit. But now, you are headed to Ravengrow. You received a letter that a dear friend, a colleague, an ally, have fallen. Maybe it was just old age. Happenstance, it could be more. But you were named in the last will and testament, and you had to be here for reasons. Money's maybe not all that important to you, but to honor your last friend, or one of the few friends you had, you figured you would show. Things are slightly different, though. You arrive in a town that feels long past dead. The ground is dark. The dirt, the soil isn't as rich as your homeland. The people here are not smitten with life. They are bereft of everything that makes them happy to be just alive. And you've come upon a particular individual here. Excuse me, not individual, a particular situation. You have found that the people are meandering about the town square of sorts. They're upset. Their sheriff has just been slain.
Wait a minute. He's coming through all this bullshit that we just did. All right.
Oh, good luck.
Sorry, man.
Well, a little concerned that, arrived in a location that I thought was going to be, a somber moment, but, respectful. Obviously, this is not the case. There's something overshadowing that. I'm going to just keep to the crowd and just actually see what's going on and get a grip as to what's happening.
You have a wonderful voice.
Thank you.
I'm actually going to turn your volume up just a trite bit.
He has no idea that he's just stepped into the biggest pile of shit.
It could be bigger.
It's gonna be a great time. No, I don't know why you guys say that there's so much wrong. I think this is
It
great.
could be bigger. You're right. Just let's not tell him of the party member we just lost to a portal to another dimension.
I'm on a killing spree. Oh man.
We
This will
become
be fine.
murderers.
We don't have
Everything's
wine,
fine.
so it's fine.
Now,
There's
while
no cupboards.
no, there's not, especially filled cupboards, especially with Symarra around. You will find that this is likened to sitting around the table with your friends. There will be jokes at times, but there will also be serious roleplay. When I introduce an NPC, you'll find that I fill that part. You can take it as seriously as you'd like. You're going to feel it. You're probably going to feel overwhelmed at points, because I know that my other players do feel overwhelmed at points. Do you stop someone, Kurtson? Do you approach a random passerby in this town of Ravengrow?
Not initially. My first eyes are for signs. I'm looking for, where's a location I can get some, a civil meal or perhaps some sort of lodging. Just keeping my eyes open initially.
Actually, there happens to be a place, and the other players have favored this location quite a great deal. It is... Let me just see if I can remember this. The Laughing Demon.
The Laughing Demon, you say?
Yes.
Fantastic.
The Laughing Demon.
Yeah.
It's ran by Zokar Elkarid.
Now, Bub.
Yes.
Now he is just walking into town. He's not. He's in the. There's a group of people. Like, what do we see? Where are we at right now? Like,
At this
the
point,
group as it is.
The rest of you are inside of the guardhouse, and you are currently discussing your plan of attack for rescuing and or saving Mogar. Bart has basically
Gotcha.
explained that you can't really go anywhere without me, or they will likely do everything in their power to lynch you.
Okay.
Bart says.
I wasn't told about a lynching. Okay, let's keep going.
Well,
Remember that pile of shit we were talking about, and you stepped into it.
quite so explicit. We only murdered a few.
Only you.
You had me at murder. Okay.
Some giggles from Elle. I'm sorry. We're being silly today. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
It's totally
tired,
okay.
so it is what it is. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I want to grab like every one of my party members and do like the Goodwill Hunting thing. Like, it's not your fault. Like, it's not your fault. But I can't do that to all party members in good faith. So
Yeah.
some of you, it is definitely your fault. Anyways, okay, so we're planning a thing. Wild's character's coming into town. Sorry, I just need to get in my bearings a little bit.
No worries.
I've got basically just myself. Drafting. Just traveling robes. So yeah, I'm approaching, I guess, towards a place I could stable the donkey.
Sure. You'll find that the most immediate place that you can at least tie up the donkey is probably in the location of the Laughing Demon. They do have a small wooden like hoist that you can place or tie your horse up if you so see fit.
Okay. Well, I'll take the donkey over there. I'll tie her up over there.
Okay.
Stay a while.
Take off the saddlebag and I guess go inside.
Sure enough. You find yourself inside of the Laughing Demon. Now, this is a place that, in its design, is a bit macabre, but you can see and sense the joke about it. They don't take themselves very seriously here. The owner, Zokar, he seems to believe that the best way to meet the world is in jest. The horrors of the world should be dealt in kind with jest. You find an individual approaching you. Grimace on his face, bulbous nose, rosy cheeks, eyes kind of furrowed down. He has what looks to be a towel over back. He sees you. We're closed.
Excuse me, lad. You're closed. When? Why?
Ain't you seen that there's a murder? The sheriff's gone. He's gotten his head taken right
I
off.
just got here. He's dead.
Well, where are me manners? Well, very well. Welcome to the Laughing Demon, and forgive me for this, but we're still closed. The sheriff's been killed.
Well, surely there's one room available.
We do have a room. Aye, we do.
Well, I'll pay up front. I just need a place to sleep. I'm here to attend a funeral, and I didn't think there'd be another.
A funeral? You're here for the sheriff himself. He just died. Or you?
No, not for this one. Nah, look, can I have a room, please?
Fine. Who are you in town to see, stranger?
Will that be my business at this point, I think, my lad? Although I could talk over some mead, to be fair.
You have coin, surely.
Aye.
Fine. We'll find you a room. Coin speaks to Zokar. He'll find you a room. It's not much, mind you. It's just enough with a cot, probably a chamber pot. Not much in the way of other amenities. But he will provide for you very good ale. He speaks.
I've seen worse.
He speaks to his food. Says, people come to these parts for the food. The ale's not much, and the rooms aren't much better. But the food itself is, well, it's me pride and joy. I pours myself into it.
Aye, that's wise.
You hungry lot?
Aye.
Maybe you'll have yourself some wolf balls.
Why not?
Perfect. Zokar's wolf balls coming your way. Ale as well.
Wonderful.
Now, you see that there is some kind of joke of a menu, and it has the most bizarre things written down on it. Like, you see that there is wolf balls, which is essentially like it's lamb. It's lamb meatballs that have been served up. They've been glazed and served. Corpse chowder, which is
almost wolf balls. I'm expecting wolf balls.
Okay, you will be pleasantly unsurprised at this point, I suppose. You'll see other things, the equivalent, like vampire steaks, which is essentially a steak on a wooden spike. Corpse chowder, which is more or less like beef stew. And he'll deliver just what looks to be some kind of clay bowl as such, and he'll drop an ale down as well after probably 10 or so minutes. I've had it stewing in the back. It's been a wild night. So,
well, I can imagine, yes.
Host did you come to see? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, an old acquaintance of mine recently passed and asked me to attend a will, so I was closing business and thought it'd be worth our time for me to come down. So,
well, Ravengrove's not much of a big place, and Zokar knows everything. I hears everything. I knows everything. So, if you're hearing to see someone's, I can hopefully lead you the way and not astray of sorts.
I'll take that under advisement. Thank you, son. So you know a fair bit that goes around.
Aye. He seems very downtrodden at that notion. He's not very happy to explain that he does know many of the things that go down here.
So, the poor young lad, I believe that the sheriff, you say, lost his head?
A lot came into town about a week and a half ago. They been causing mischief. I liked them at first, I did. But they were eccentric, yeah. And they handle themselves with a different kind of law. Rules beset to adventurers, that lot, that kind. And, well, Ravengrove's not your typical town, you see.
Aye.
Things are always off and always interesting. And since they've been here, we've had more deaths than, well, any of the neighbouring towns.
Well, if I might ask, lad, I used to run a large business, many families. You know, I'm used to how the move, hustle, and shake of people are. Well, the obvious question is, how do they die? Maybe you want to start there.
Whilst we've seen that most of them die in the most horrendous of ways. Heads crushed in, various bodies flayed open. We even heard that there's a panty snatcher, and we don't like them types.
So lots of, like, physical injury. Oh, and the panty thing, of course, but the physical injury.
Aye.
Well, who's doing it? Do you have any clue? Do you have...
I believe
mean-
it's this new lot that came into town. There's just a small one. She's got a bit of a big backside and a large mouth. Another that seems to run around with a bear. He seems a nice fella, but he's got twigs in his hair and he seems a bit daft.
Wait, a bear.
Yeah. Big fucking bear. Yes.
Okay.
Another, a woman, she seems beautiful at first, and then she opens her mouth, and it's gone. So is all me food.
Well,
We wrong.
did you at least get paid for the coin for the food?
They do pay. Aye, they do pay.
Well,
And there is in their midst a handsome satyr fella, you know, the kind with the hoofs like a goat. He's very...
a satyr. Oh,
very fancied with the ladies. Seems he has a bit of a reputation. I haven't heard why, but the ladies seem to know him.
well, I cannot speak to that, I guess.
Oh, well, therein lies the problem.
But you said that you think these group were causing the ruckus, but you've been saying this ruckus has been going on for ever? How long?
For about a week and a half now. Closing to half a month's time.
Sounds like your problem is a bit larger than just a wee group of miscreants, don't you think?
Mayhaps, but Ravengrow, we're quiet folk. We all knows each other,
Aye.
and we tend to keep to
Aye.
ourselves. And this lot, they've been stirring things up, heading down to the prison, Harrowstone, haunted in it's of itself.
Aye, I know the place. They've been going down. Why are they going there?
Don't know, but they be drumming up all kinds of nasties. Got that lad Bart mixed up in it all.
Yeah, Bart, who...
Oh, well, he was the deputy, and now he's been sheriffed. Unfortunately.
So he's the new sheriff. You think that, unfortunately, well, of course, well, at least you've still got a legal structure in place. That's a start.
He's only a boy, and he's not had much experience, I'm afraid. Plus, something about him, he seems to be quite enamored. So who's you come to see?
Yes, there's a will.
Will, do you mind if I seize it?
I passed the documentation over.
Sure.
Keeping my eye on him.
He pulls some spectacles, just brass-forged spectacles, up to his eyes, and he seems to read it. It's one of those things where he's holding it, and then he starts to shift it away from his face. Oh. You've come to see Petrov,
Aye.
the professor. That's the same that they comes to see. You find yourself a bit late, then. He's already in the ground.
Aye. Yes, I had a family affairs to end anyway. Well,
You won't find much about him still, but you can speak to his daughter. Kendra's in town. Kendra Lorimore. You know,
aye.
you should actually go see Bart. Because he's been spending an awful lot of time there. And I'm not one of those perceptive types. It's in my job, you know, to understand people, and you look to be
Oh, of course.
adventurers of sorts. See the things you carry on your back and how you compose yourself. And he might need a hand with the ruffians that's come in about a week and a half ago. Also, for Petra's funeral.
Aye. Aye, true enough. Well, I thank you. I think I'll finish my food and I'll waddle on over. Do you know, could you point me in the right direction then?
Yes, he'll give you the directions. If you're looking on the map, which you should be able to see, it is here. You are technically at C, right there, and it's directly across at D, right there.
Hey, Wyld.
Hey, man.
You're killing it.
Have not done RP in, oh, Jesus, 15 years or so. So it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to have you. I can just like carry on. Carry on.
So Zokar will leave you to yourself to mind whatever you need to. Enjoy your food, the spittle of ale that he's delivered to you, and after you leave, he'll probably clean up after you.
Fine. No, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to finish my meal. I just want to listen. You know, it's a part of what I'm able to do. So I just want to be able to listen, just hear what's going on before I walk into it.
Sure. Well, you're the only patron at Zokar's this evening. The other people
I learned a lot.
tend to not venture in. They're unsettled. You got that sense that even despite the hour, which is very late at this point, it's probably closing in at 2, maybe 3 a.m. And the town is alive. There's a fire in their minds. And they seek blood. Whomever the sheriff was clearly important to them for some reason.
Yep. All right. Well, I spend a short amount of time, but yeah, I'll start to wander on.
Okay. Apparently we just hit our retweet goal, so that is the second luck reroll that you guys get tonight. Because we passed the subs as well. Remember, guys, you can also get it by followers. 3 new followers, 2 new patrons, and every time we break the 5th spot, or the 5th marker on subs. It'll be a max of 5, though. So you finish your meal. You try to listen in, but you see that nobody ventures in your direction. Zokar waits. He sits opposite the bar, and he seems to just kind of watch for a while. There's no other table to clean up.
Well, I basically hurry up as soon as I'm, you know, after like 10 minutes, if I'm not going to get any more information, I'll just finish up and then move on.
Sure. Do you exit the establishment, or do you go to your room?
I'll go to my room first.
Okay. You'll find it's just as described. There is a window that's probably a 1 foot by 1 foot, and it's honestly just like a twig mesh that's been kind of placed up. Glass is a little harder to come by in certain spots, and Zokar used all of that funding in the front of the building to make sure people could see into the establishment.
Is there a door?
There is a door, yes.
Wonderful. Okay. I'll leave my saddlebags in a not so obvious location, but otherwise, yeah, I'll leave them there and work on down.
Very good. You leave whatever you need to, whatever is necessary to your person, and you'll exit. Zokar will nod on the way out. You'll see that your area has already been tidied up where you were just eating. You made quick work of it. When you exit outside of the establishment, you feel that energy again, that tremor of hatred, that lust for something more. It's there. It's all around you. You can cut it. It hangs and lingers on the air. Do you head to the jailhouse?
I do.
Okay. Won't take you very long. You'll get a few odd stares. People seemingly watching to make sure that you're not doing anything out of the sort. They're looking for any reason to just string someone up at this point. Enter the guardhouse. Cypress, Nyx, Symarra, and Solis. You've just been given a situation here. You heard Mogar scream. When you ran to the back where he was held, a film hang over the entry of the jailway itself. It seemed to be magical in nature, but opposite that, this is where you saw Mogar. He had chains that were strung across neck, his torso, over his arms, the buys and forearm as well. Seemed to even be clutched up around his fingers, over thigh, and it pulled him into the depths of what you could probably guess is water, but how? Why, of all things? The last you heard was a single string of words from an apparition telling you that you will be his. Now you reach through to try to discern what it was, and Solis took the leap. Solis pushed his head through this font, this almost mirage of sorts before him, and he immediately felt that it was water. And when he peered on the opposite side, he was peering over the embankment behind Harrowstone itself, the prison. And he could hear the screams of Mogar deep within Harrowstone itself. Pulling himself back through, it dropped immediately. It fell. There was no traveling back, but you knew how to get there. You've been to Harrowstone a number of times. Solis, start with you. They ask, what did you see? What happened? They look onward. Floor is yours, guys.
I hate to be that guy, but did we not have a talk with the wizard after that?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I had
the wizard. We talked to the wizard beforehand.
It was just before, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is the part where I'm being pulled from the portal, or?
Yes. You pull yourself back, and they're kind of standing there.
And this is after I see Mogar's all messed up. Okay. So
Yeah.
I kind of get pulled back in, and I kind of slowly turn my head, and have this complex look that no one's ever seen me with.
Stay a while and listen.
Don't know what I do.
Hold on just a
look
second.
at some-
You are cutting out like mad, and I think it's on my end.
Huh? I'm cutting out. Oh.
Yeah, you're cutting out like mad, and I think it's on my end.
Yeah.
Exiting.
Actually, no,
No, it's not you,
no,
DJ.
you're fine, DJ. Actually, you're
It's cool.
fine.
Yeah, you're fine. It's
Oh.
just me. It's just me.
Oh, okay. You sound fine to me. I know the Discords was red beforehand, but they're green for me now. So
Okay, go ahead. Everything seems good now.
I don't know what happened, but there was Mogar. I don't know if this was a dream. I don't know if it was something that was a vision, but it felt real. There was real horror on his face, something I've never seen before. Whatever we have to do, we have to get him back. These people here are nothing to us. Every time they complain about something's wrong, we get stuck in the middle of it. I've had enough. We need to go in together, or I'll do it my damn self.
You see this fire and passion before you. Something you haven't seen sparked in Solis in a while.
you might have to turn me up. I don't know. I have my mic really loud.
I've got you at 200%. You can't get louder.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Let me work on my Discord then.
Well, I obviously Cypress sees something different in Solis that he has not seen yet, and that actually sort of alarms Cypress, being pretty perceptive. So I just look at Solis and I say, man, what did you see? Where's Mogar?
It's hard to explain. There was the area behind, I think it's behind the prison. He's been chained, pulled away from me. I tried to reach out to him, but I could not grab him. I don't know what's going on at this point. It's something evil has him, something that isn't right. We let it stir too long. We let this town hold us back too long. I understand you want it to be calm, but we have to go after him, or I'll do it myself and I'll slay every one of them out there if I have to. I'm tired of being the mediator of this. He's in pain. He's hurt. We lost our friend.
About this time, there's a loud knock on the guardhouse door. Bart turns. I'll be right back. He moves immediately to the door, and he opens. Standing before him is Kurtson.
What do we see? What does Kurtson look like to us?
Yes, do tell.
He's well, the most striking feature about him is he doesn't seem to have a beard at this point. It's a bit scraggly, but it's all gone. Otherwise, he's just road weary. He's still knocking the dust off his robes as he's been traveling for a few days, maybe a week.
And he's a dwarf.
Yes.
Nick sees the dwarf in front of her. Another short person!
Solis runs, jumps at his bow, and just like literally leaps over and points his arrow straight at the guy's head. You don't know who the hell this is.
I put my hand
up to him, by the way.
I put my hand on Solis' shoulder, as in like, hey, hey man, you're a little tense right now. Like maybe calm down just a tad. Like we can't lose our heads here, man.
Perhaps, but who the hell is
Literally or
this?
figuratively.
Right. Excuse me, sir, dwarf. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you all quite right here? What the hell's going on?
Well,
No.
hello, short person. My name is Nick Snackle-Nim. You can call me Nix. You can call me Knackle. You can call me Nim. What's your name? Where do you hail from? Oh my god, I'm just so excited!
Right.
Good luck.
Why don't you come
with
inside?
that.
Aye, that'd be wise. I walk inside and close the door.
He shuts it behind you immediately, and he shuts everything up so it kind of dulls the noise out there.
So are they still wanting to kill us all, or no? Would be better.
Yes, of course. Of course they want blood. You just killed the sheriff.
Just a little bit. It's been like 5 minutes.
There's not a way of killing someone a little bit. You really killed. He's dead. There's no coming back.
I mean, they're in necromancy. There
Stay
is.
a while and
It's
listen.
legal.
Is there no reason why now I'm a material witness in a conspiracy to murder? Apparently.
What? Hi.
Huh? Hi! Aye, yes!
Hi, Nix is standing way too close to him. Hi.
I sort of Cypress smells the air, and he gets a very familiar scent off of the dwarf, an outdoorsy woodland scent. I can by looking at him, we can tell he's been on the road. I kind of look over at Solis. I'm actually a little bit more concerned about Solis than I am about the newcomer, but new cucumber, and I kind of look at Solis. I feel like he's gonna be okay for a second, so I walk over to the dwarf and I just sort of immediately put my hand out to him. Hey man,
Stay a while.
my name's Cypress.
Describe what you look like, Cypress.
I am a little bit older, kind of a burly, maybe a little heavy in the midsection, just a little bit. I look sort of like you, kind of worse for wear. Pretty dirty. My hair is pretty matted, and yeah, there might be some twigs and stuff in there. You may get a sort of earthy smell off of me. Not necessarily bad, just sort of an outdoorsy kind of smell. Brown hair.
You're fine.
Brown hair, brown eyes. But you should kind of see in his face right now, like he is trying to not remain calm necessarily, but maybe he maybe a look of confusion, maybe a look of being sort of overwhelmed, like somebody who's overwhelmed but is trying to kind of keep it together.
I use calming touch. Win the handshake.
Go ahead and ping that up for me if you would, please. Cue that spell. To heal 1d6 points of non-lethal damage plus 1 point per cleric level. This touch also removes fatigued, shaken, and sickened conditions. So it is just that. As he seems to grab on to your hand to shake it, you feel this this tremor of arcane energy pool up around your hand and then slide up your body. Like it's a calming sensation, almost like a menthol feel to your entire body. And you feel like some of your wares kind of fall off, like it just kind of soothes away.
Oh, I sort of like pull back, almost hesitant, but as it kind of washes over
like
me,
at the moment, you're all in a bit of a war here. I'm trying to push forward on the moment.
I take a sort of a deep breath and I go, oh man, it's been so long since I've felt something like that, man. This place has a way of dampening everything, really.
Aye.
It's good. It's good to know you, man. What was your name?
Aye, my name is Kurtson.
Kurtson. It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. You've really you've caught us with our trousers to the ground, so to speak.
And
we're in a bit of a
head on the floor too, apparently.
One time, you kill one person.
You know, that's enough. Just the once, that's enough.
Didn't we kill several people?
You realize now, Kurtson, looking on to their descriptions, the man with the sticks in his hair, the beautiful woman that seems to put her foot in her mouth too often, the small one with the large mouth and backside, and then the very handsome yet angry satyr.
I am.
Well, I guess we're making friends now.
So I heard there was a bear with you as well. Would that be like here to you or outside? How did bears work?
Where is
How
Tima?
do bears work? Tima's outside.
Tima.
Well, I am totally fine with the bear being outside. Okay.
She's a sweetheart. You got nothing to be afraid of. She's just
All I'm saying,
Cypress,
not
it's
that
I mean,
it's good or bad. It's a bear.
if they're feeling a bit murdery,
part of
is
this
she
family.
okay?
Solis slams his hand on the desk or the table. So we're here just having a party right now. Well, our friends out there dying. I'll be on my way. He grabs his stuff. He makes his way to the door.
Listen, I can't let you go just yet. You have to move with everyone else, and I will have to be in tow.
Kind of turns around. And you dare to stop me?
Well, I know that you would rather just skewer me right now, but I'm assuming that the sheer masses, the number of people waiting outside that door, will probably bring you down. I'm not very good at math, but last I checked, 10's bigger than 1. Every day of the week.
And you know, I know we don't really like Bart, but I think he makes a really good point, Solis.
That's
I love how you say this right in front of him, like no problem. I know we don't like this man.
I'm right here.
I sort of speak out to Solis. Hey, Solis, man, let's think for a minute, man. I understand, but we need to get our bearings. Perhaps this gentleman is some sort of representative or something of the people?
No offense, but why are you here?
I was just told to come down here. I'm not even meant to be here. This is meant to be I was attending a well. That's why I'm here. I'm here for... excuse me?
For Petros?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Solis kind of
You're
like
really late.
drops his stuff and leans up against the door. We have another.
Hey, we knew each other for, well, longer than I dare say most of you have been alive, I dare say. We worked together many, many years ago.
Well, man, we have common ground then. We are all friends of Petey.
Aye. So you received the missive as well, and you came here to attend the will. And somewhere along the line, that involved killing a sheriff. Is that what you're? I'm just trying to catch up here.
It just
Well,
happened.
that wasn't in the will.
There's a lot more to
But,
that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid,
he
and
didn't- yeah.
Bart kind of points to his face. There's a lot more happening in town, and it's not their fault. Not all of it, at least.
Accident.
They honestly, they're doing the best they can in the situation, and I'm, interestingly enough, trying to keep them alive, even though for some reason they hate me.
Just like a bit.
You seem like a quite nice fellow.
He's not.
I being
But I
a
know
lady.
To be fair, but is
Maybe-
this murderous intent that the townsfolk have apparently got? It sounds like you fellows have as well.
Well,
Maybe we
there's-
should
Yeah.
take a moment to start from the beginning. I want to go ahead and sort of explain everything
Sure.
up until now.
Solis
I mean,
is noticeably upset, and with each passing minute, the grimace
Oh.
becomes deeper and deeper. The brow will furrow intensely, and I mean, Solis, how long would you hold this before you erupt?
So he looks, he sighs like,
You know,
We're gonna
every
recap.
passing moment that Mogar is being pulled deeper into the
Right.
prison.
exactly. You've got 5 minutes to catch him up. We don't know if he's an ally or if he's a spy. Hell, we don't even know if he's possessed.
we need friends, man. Like,
We have a
what are
friend.
we?
He's stuck right now.
Possessed?
Oh.
But we
And
don't
I'm-
have the power to help him right now. Like, we need allies, man. We need backup.
We need
We're
another
out of our.
person on the team.
The more
We need
time we
some
take, we don't
meatballs.
know.
But the less this man knows, the less willing he is probably going to be to walk into the prison not knowing anything.
So Solis stands up, walks his way towards Kurtson, and he's like, "So we have a dwarf that randomly
I'm
shows
gonna
up in the
use-
midst of all this shit.
I want to use a
And-
spell.
Go ahead.
We're going to sit here and trust him."
I'm just remembering how to figure these buttons
Little
out.
side point here, Goat Lad, but
Oh,
you're the
did
one
I-
that pointed a bow at me, so just step the back off, would you?
You're
He
right.
seems
I don't
like
know
a
who you
polite
are.
person. Oh, okay.
You cast Detect Charm, and as you emit this cone-shaped emanation, everybody can hear this. Symarra immediately commits to casting a spell. Her hands begin to move, and she begins to speak in what you could only guess is Draconic or something akin to that. And she emits an emanation.
Rah, 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 rah.
When you begin
No,
to
rah,
peer, when you begin to peer over the room, you can see the energies of all of the people here. You can see specifically that there is this lingering disgust that hangs over Solis. That Nyx is somewhere a bit more opaque. She's trying to kind of fall and fit into any situation. And there's a light about Kurtson. Something that's inviting, something that's warm.
Law.
Just so you know, super not possessed.
I
Not-
tried to say this, but
I called it. Everyone just
Just,
needs to
that
calm
was
down.
a worry, and now it's not a worry. I just wanted you to know.
Fine. The longer we take, the more Mogar is going to get pulled in. We don't know what's happening. I'll
Trust
sit
is
for 5
difficult.
minutes. And he
Trust
just
is difficult right now.
Okay.
Kurtson.
Aye, it sounds like you're all in a wee bit of strife.
Well, I'm your friend because you're yellow.
Well, of course.
That's
Let
what
me-
I'm deciding the light means. It's a yellow light, and so that means he's a good egg.
I sort of look over at Solis, and I am sympathetic, and I do agree with him that time is of the essence. But I do want to explain quickly what's been going on. I want to explain to him the funeral, the will, the weird appearances, the letters.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to try to hit on everything. I want him to basically grasp that, we're not responsible for what is happening around here. For the most part, we're sort of being, reactionary to the things that are happening coming out of Harrowstone. And that includes mentioning the Piper and, as much as I can do before Solis looks like he's about to explode.
Right.
So
they give you the gist. They tell you about ghosts, apparitions, hauntings, possessions, the deaths that aren't their fault that they just keep getting pinned on. And somewhere they seem to kind of squabble between the line of truth and reality regarding a pair of panties.
You take somebody's panties one time for evidence and you never get to live it down.
Bart immediately chimes in. You put them on, and they were.
Do with them. I don't want to have fucking pocket.
They were a dead woman.
Panties.
It was a dead woman.
A souvenir is a souvenir.
You put all of your souvenirs around your bottom half.
Don't be surprised by the answer, Bart, really.
I've-
Yes, we love you, but you are eclectic.
Hate you.
I haven't run into too many of your kind, man. But what I hear is you have courageous hearts. Is that true?
Mostly, aye.
There is not a better reason to help us than simply that you are a friend of Petey's and that we need you. We'll explain everything on the way, man, but we do have to hurry. Our friend is in peril.
Is at the moment there's a bit of a scuffle going on, and this missive that I've reached, this paperwork, requires to be fulfilled. Now, until it seems we can get you out of this tizzy, we can't fulfill this documentation. Is that correct?
Yep.
There you go. Done.
Let's go.
Now, could you explain on the way about? And no, we'll go. We'll speak as we go.
About.
Don't
that,
ask about the panties, man. It's a story best left untold.
I think we should. Well, if we leave here, they're going to want to know what's happening. And you just arrived, so you. How do you feel about temporarily becoming deputy-elect? It's temporary.
Is there a wage?
Yes.
See, if there's a wage, it's legally binding.
Yes, there will likely be a wage. I don't know what that will be, but we'll negotiate. I think it will be fair and fine. The problem is, if we walk out now and you are suddenly an ally to them, they will ask where the hell you came from, your purpose here, and they might just string you up for that reason. But if you're deputy-elect, they may immediately assume that you're assisting the town and that you couldn't possibly be allies to this lot.
That sounds quite wise.
Wait, this is just me speaking out of character. Is that portal, that thing still there?
It's gone.
No, it's gone.
Okay. Just walk through them. All right.
Well, then, by Ravengrove Council and newly appointed sheriff, I give you a deputy-elect. Sorry, there's not a star.
Wait.
I don't get to
How does this make sense? He's a dwarf. These people here hate things that are not anything that they understand.
No, they dislike bad people, and right now you're painted broadly so as just that.
But I'm a good person.
Maybe you are, but they don't think that right now.
Whatever gets this ball
It's the
moving.
right move, Solis.
I'm okay. It's fine. Let's just go.
I'm imagining that Nyx is still covered in dust from the apothecary building that she was in when it was destroyed.
I think it's called sex.
So I guess the real question is, whereabouts are you heading next?
To a
the
haunted prison.
Aye,
Do you want to come?
so
It's
what
gonna be
would
so
be
much
the
fun.
reason that you were going there that I could be taking you as? Like
Locking us up in
as
the
a
prison
prisoner?
thing?
Aye.
Yeah.
So shall we use that and just skilly undo out of here?
Tie me up, Kurtson.
Not that way, Nix. Too
Well,
soon.
that made it
You've
dramatically.
just met him.
Fine. I'll go first. It's not like these people care about us anyway.
I don't even have to lock them. I will just put them on, unlocked. Just keep your hands down and make sure you're gripping the chain. It'll likely pull the manacles off.
How are we gonna get the weapons to move with it?
I will hold them. Can you, dwarf? You're back strong. Can you carry weapon alike?
Aye.
Well, I don't think there's much. We have a bow, what looks to be part of a tree trunk, and that seems to be mostly it.
I'll tell you what. I'll go get my donkey.
Just a fair warning. If I walk out of here and my hands are in shackles, Tima might make a fuss.
That's the bear.
I nod.
Don't let the bear have a fuss. No, that okay.
Well, should I don't have shackles large enough for the bear. Can you just tell her not to lose her mind?
It'd be better if I could speak to her first, and then the shackles.
Well, do you want me to fetch her?
Fetch a bear. How do you fetch a bear?
I walk up to Bart, and I sort of just take my hand on his face, and I just sort of rub it around in his hair and sort of on his shoulder. She'll smell you, man. You're good to go. And I sort of motion to the door, like,
please don't leave. I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
As soon as Bart leaves, I make a plan to escape.
Right?
Things I expected for 1,000. Oh man. So he's gonna exit, leaving you guys by yourself. This is the first time that you've been left to yourselves without outward, I suppose, Flummox in a while. Surely there is someone new here, but he seems to align himself with your path very quickly.
What was it that you did in that handshake, man?
There is a greater knowledge that dwarves had, and I simply shared it.
I reach into my pocket and pull out a good berry. And sort of flick one toward. What? Come on. I flick it towards him in his direction.
Oh well, I'll catch it and look at it. Yeah.
Don't eat it.
I just sort of wink at you, and you know, man, I get the same kind of feeling when I eat these.
Do you ingest the berry?
I am an old dwarf, so no. Okay. Aye, thank you. I'll put this away and let it, ferment a little bit. Oh, we could ferment these. Have you tried fermenting?
Good berry wine. I like it. I like it. I just give him a wink, just a little bit of a nod. You may want that when things get rough.
Aye, well noted, lad. Thank you. So, how long has this all been going on? Have you met yourselves before, or are you just here because of the moment, or?
Well, we came for Petros's funeral. It's very... Nix
Now we're
is
just the
his...
best friends ever.
Yeah.
I look out
So
the window,
anyway,
hoping to see it.
this it's just been a bad time. I just want to have some bread.
Originally, we were all connected through PD, or Petrov, as you guys know. But over the course of time here, I've grown to be quite fond of this group of And I look around. People? It seems to me that our paths are sort of crossed here, friend. And I really think, man, that I think you're gonna fit in here quite well. Petey had a good eye for good character, and I think I can see that in you.
I thank you, lad. So about this bear, is that really your bear?
Roughly about as soon as Kurtson says, so about that bear, you hear a series of shambled knocks on the door, like someone is in a scuffle, or they're concerned, and they're reaching out.
Go.
Don't answer it.
I open the door.
Hello! Hello! When you answer the door, Bart is there, as is the bear, but she seems to have picked him up off of the ground by his clothing, much like an adult would a child around the beltline, and he's just kind of floating in air, batting at the door. Get me, tell her to put me down!
Your bear's here!
I hurry to the door and I sort of open the door and I walk out and I make a few sounds, a few clicking noises with my mouth, kind of walk up and put my hand on Tima and sort of look at her and just sort of basically calm her down, ask her to drop Bart, as it were.
She puts her head outward, lowers her jaw, and he just eats it, just slaps right down to the dirt, stands up immediately, brushing himself off. Back inside, prisoner.
Did you see him, Nick?
I take a moment to sort of whisper to Tima, and that's really all I feel like I need to do, and then I go back inside. She seems content. She's okay.
He eerily looks around as you kind of turn to re-enter the station. He's peeking around and he's nodding to other people. He's like, "This is fine. All is well. Go back inside."
And I do.
He ushers everybody back in, quickly shutting the door behind him.
Once we get in, I
You said I would
let
be
him
fine.
know that it.
She picked me up off of the ground.
Listen, man, bears are wild creatures. You should be more careful.
You said I was fine.
You're fine.
You're not dead and you have all your limbs. What more do you want?
For her to not pick me up off of the ground. This is supposed to be the
You have to
sheriff.
specify that.
She's a bear. She's got to pick
Solis
you up.
stands up. Bart, you're fine. Now, can we get this going? Or do we have to sit here for another 5 minutes and hear you whimper about a bear?
Yeah, let's go. Tie me
To
up
be
already.
fair
I'm
to the
waiting.
lad, it is a bear.
Thank you.
I reach into my pocket and I grab another good berry and I flick it to Bart.
What's this for?
It's really tasty.
It's so good.
I look at Bart.
It's for if something actually happens to you, man.
He eats it.
He just pops it in his mouth. It's nice.
What is that? 1d6? 1d6 heal? Is he?
It's something
You
equivalent to
healed
that. Yeah.
him? What the hell?
Yeah, good berries heal.
Good berries heal.
You guys attributed good berries to bad things, but good berries are actually really
The only reason
They're
that
good
Solis
berries.
had the diuretic response is because he ate the entire bag. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
he ate
That
all of them.
happens with fruit.
Thanks to the good that he gave me before.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I pull out it's a joint. I pull out a joint, okay, and I go quickly to light it because I know that my hands are going to be cuffed, and you see me sort of puffing away quite quickly. I look around quickly and sort of offer it to anyone without really verbalizing that. Does anybody want to partake? And I kind of go to my 3 companions first and look at them, then to Bart, and then to the dwarf at the end.
Bart just no, I have to be very straight-faced for this.
I
More
take
for
out
me.
My tobacco pipe and light it up so I can get some smoke going.
I want to actually look at his tobacco pipe. What kind of craftsman is it? Look good? Like, I'm sorry, this is so sideways, but like as soon as he pulls it out, I have a love of small figurines. It is old. I take a note of that in my head, and I quickly puff a couple more times. I sort of put it out, and I try to like save the rest of it, and I package it away, and all right, more for me then, man. And then I put my hands out, and I look at Solis, and I give him sort of a knowing look, and I'm like, let's go fucking get our friend, man.
Finally.
Yeah.
Takes a deep breath.
Kurtson, if that's your real name, I'm sorry. I'm normally not like this, and I have to calm myself to build a strategic approach to this whole thing. This town changes people. It changed me. I'll evaluate the trust that we can do with you later. But at the moment, you're an ally if you're going to help us free our friend from this apparition.
All right, well, I certainly shall follow. I'm somewhat concerned. This was not going to be my day that I foresaw, but if there is a requirement for assistance, then I'm here.
It's not a boring day.
It's never a boring day. Now on to Mogar!
Mogra.
Right.
I have
Nobody.
Fine. Kurtson, take the bow. I will take this half tree trunk.
Aye.
Everyone.
I think Cypress is starting to. I think Nyx is starting to wear on Cypress a little bit. Yeah, he had a little bit of a smile when he saw that. He didn't find that quite as annoying as he normally would.
Oh, I thought he was gonna go backslap her.
No.
What did I tell you?
It's like, you know what? I've had enough.
That's not the sound effect.
You're becoming endearing. It's
Is it because Cypress
I
is
get it.
high?
In the moment. It's
no. Yes, it's part. Well, part of it's because Cypress is high. Yes, but also because now that Mogar is gone, I think that Cypress has realized how close and how quickly he's become attached to his party members, and he's starting to sort of value your individualism as before he might have been annoyed or just might not have had as much patience with it. So yeah, I feel like even though we lost Mogar, I feel like I feel closer to all of you now because of it.
No.
Cypress.
And also because I'm high. There's also that. Mostly.
Okay.
All right.
I will not be happy about the chains, but Symarra takes it anyway.
I'm about to be happy about putting the chains on you. Oh, did I say something?
You know I have claws, Solis. This is not the time to make
I'll-
me angry.
Just go get my donkey.
At the word donkey, I kind of perk up.
There's a bear's weird, but a donkey's.
Does Bart perk up when he hear donkey? I mean, that's a big...
Nope. He does not.
Do
As
you
I
want-
walk, I'm very much. Excuse me, out the way, official business.
People
When am
kind
I
of
gonna get tied up?
people
I would assume
move out of your way very
Bart
quickly,
would.
and Bart will usher over and make sure that it looks believable enough. He'll kind of clamp the manacles down over each of your wrists, and it looks good. You know, if you start to fiddle with it, it'll kind of break. It's not been locked down, so it's not really much in the way of a problem, but it's fair. Just hold on to the chain, and nothing will be that weird. We'll make it there in time.
Wait a minute. I can just envision this. It's a log, right? With the chains around it, and we all have to hold it?
No, you're basically like you're chain ganging up around the wrist. The manacles are attached to a literal chain.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing like old school, you know, with the block the chains in between. I'm about to say, since we're holding it up and she's down.
Yeah. Nick's
Good.
Nick's it's like on Willow.
Yeah.
When Willow is being carried around by Mad Mortigan, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
It's not going to take you long. You'll be able to return very quickly with your donkey. Nobody really pays you any mind. They don't know you yet. They don't really know your affiliation to this group, so they're not too concerned. But you'll arrive back, and when you open the door, you'll see that they're all manacled. And Bart is behind. He's making sure that he's the last one out, given that you are deputized. He is trusting you to at least lead the front, or at least get them out of the building so he can tell you where to go. You'll get a few right glances, but if we could, please, I would like to see everyone give me a roll. I need everyone to play the part. So I want to see I want to see a perform here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, my time to shine.
What is that based on? Because I don't have.
It's in skills, right?
Yeah, we weren't able to upgrade his sheet yet. We weren't able to meet through the week. So his is gonna be a little different. He's actually gonna have to. He's gonna have to roll a d20 plus whatever the modifier is. So.
Remember this. One d20.
One moment. For you, your perform.
Is it a space or a plus? I can't remember.
It's R / R
space
1d20.
1d20.
Yeah, I got that.
Plus. What are you?
Any modifier you have.
Charisma. It's based off of your charisma.
Charisma. Charisma's pretty high.
The
the modifier, like the 4.
Yes, the +4.
Okay, the 4. All right.
Correct.
Sorry.
Pretty loud.
Okay. Nix, you can actually click your perform, but that's fine. You got a 12, a 9, an 8, a 13, and
Did that include my bonus for charisma?
it should already be functioned in.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty cool.
it's already functioned in. Thank you.
You hover over it, it shows it.
Yeah, we just got to schedule a time,
Right.
sit down so we can get your character built like that.
Monday. Let's do it Monday.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Let's see. I'm not gonna give them a modifier. Let's just see how we roll out.
Actually, we can do it this weekend. Just let me know.
Okay.
I'm pretty good.
And the last one, this could be really, really good if I roll low again.
Yeah.
That one I didn't roll low on.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
Let's see what's out of the back end of town. See if someone notices. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, someone is going to notice.
Let's kill him.
It's all good. Solis is ready.
Option B. Option B is that.
Option
I'm
C, we
joking,
burn the
I have
whole
character.
city down and we
Break the
start
chain.
anew.
Quarter half turn, grab the bow,
We'll see when we get there.
shoot people in the toe because the knee
I'm gonna
apparently
light
kills.
everything on fire.
Oh my goodness. You guys managed to pass through most of the town without opposition. It looks and plays the part. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Before you pass by one of the larger homes in town, it's just past the Lorimer residence, over the bridge, and on the left-hand side, a woman waits at the crook of the road where it lies. A woman in a nightgown, silver locket around her neck. Her hair is done up in a way that speaks to you as having some nobility, potentially, at least money. And she's holding a torch. She's watching. Bart says, "Councilwoman." The woman pauses for a moment. She steps in your path. "Bartholomew, where are you taking them?" Ma'am, there were not enough cells in the guardhouse. I believed it best to take them to Harrowstone and leave them in hold until we decide on trial. Why Harrowstone? We could just pack them all into a singular cell. I'm gonna give him a bluff. Well, ma'am, you see, they're truly villainous, and I believe that if they are locked away in Harrowstone, they will eventually succumb to their own fate. As we've seen in the past, not many last there. And if they happen to survive, then they will be dealt with in time, based upon trial. I'm going to give her a sense motive.
Hey, Bub.
Yes.
I think you just got a 150 donation or something.
Your Goblin Vault's a buy, right?
Yes.
Boom.
USD 150 was dropped in the tip jar.
Hey.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Oh my god.
I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I should announce this because is this a part of the game?
Holy shit.
Well, I'm gonna announce
the game.
Wow, thank you.
Because I was obviously gonna try to turn this into personal gain for us. And
Cool.
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
was
Roll.
gonna like start crying towards the councilwoman, but this works too.
I feel like maybe Furious could maybe decide on a boon for our group before going into the prison.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I'm just saying, like $150. It'd kind of be shitty not to give him something for his money.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
So
that's a fair
I don't
point.
know. I'm gonna go ahead and roll diplomacy here. I only have a 1. Maybe Solis should take. I'm gonna go 2.
have
Let's go with
5.
Solis.
That is a critical
Hey, look at my
failure.
Diplomacy.
Critical failure in diplomacy.
Where is
Well,
this?
then that means it succeeds
I think I did pretty.
I need to get.
by Druid logic.
Oh boy, yeah, critical
Alright.
failure.
I gotta find this. Where's this at on the sheet again?
It's in skills. Look, it's all in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Whoa,
wild.
does that help?
Oh.
Yes.
Is it the- it's a 4.
I don't know what we're rolling
4
for
or
right
8.
now, but if we figure it out, that does help.
I mean,
Wait, it's the second number, not the first one, right? The first one is 8.
No, that's it. In the skills, yeah, it's definitely that first number. So
Oh,
D20
Good
plus
Lord.
whatever that is. Yeah, you were a talker, so of course.
Mm.
Sure. I'll grant a little bit of favor here. A little bit of favor. Furious, for your contribution to the stream, you can make a decision on some things, grant them a potential boon, or a bane, even. But I would like for you to whisper that to me in Discord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen, all that shit I was talking earlier.
Heroes, I love you.
Ella,
I don't know if you knew this.
That was all in it and scene. Now I'm real Ellohime.
The angel, Ellohime.
Kawaii.
Welcome, day
Hawaii. Oh my God.
Wow, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day.
It's a great day. I rolled 20.
What a wonderful time to play Pathfinder. Isn't everyone having a wonderful time?
Absolutely.
Oh man, rainbows and unicorns. I'm having a great time. For no reason whatsoever. This is just how I am. This is just how. Yes, perhaps you chat would like some good berries. Oh, of course, everyone. Hey,
Good berries all
for
around.
all of you.
Good
Oh.
berries for all.
You get a good berry, and you get a good berry. You all get good berries.
You know what? Everyone
Only
check
one.
under your seats. Everyone check under your seats. How about this? I'll throw in a free copy of League of Legends for everyone in the chat. All 143 of you. No problem. A gift from Ellohime to you. Go to LeagueOfLegends.com and download the game. You've been given access. You're
Wow.
welcome.
beautiful.
That's a
You're
bargain.
welcome.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So kind.
The kind of content we come here for.
If you keep it up, I'll throw in Dota 2. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Are you a fucking
Not
wizard?
Dota 1, but Dota 2.
Listen,
I
man.
was just like, why am I here? What are these people doing?
I'm all I know is I'm with the new sheriff. That's all I know.
You're with the
I mean,
sheriff.
if I-
Just so you know,
Mm.
he has sex with sheep.
By the way, I'm just
I'm
putting this
not
out
one
there.
to judge.
The last time I tried
I
to
am.
schmooze chat, I failed miserably, and they gave us a bane and
Yeah.
fast-forwarded time on us. Evil time, which
Yeah.
is kind of why we're in the shit we're in right now.
Not wrong.
So-
Hey, we are in the shit we're in because of
Um,
me. Thank you.
No, you were
Can you
part of
just
it.
recognize my work, please?
Nix,
Suffocating you
listen.
with your ass.
This is your work. This is your greatest piece of art.
Perfect.
Oh, Nix, what do you do on the side besides being a magician? I ruin everything.
Thank you, Furious. I appreciate that, buddy. My birthday's actually tomorrow. I'm turning 32. I'm very excited.
Happy
Let's-
birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday!
I remember when I was 32. Oh, man.
Oh, good.
Go
So,
back to those days.
Furious has said, Boone. I think
Oh,
yay.
it worked.
they
love you.
deserve a little less hassle getting to the prison.
Thank you.
So in this
Tell
case,
that old hag with the locket to go kiss it.
the council member buys it. I'm not even going to give it a roll here. She just immediately believes that this is the best course of action. She says, good. Let them rot. Go on then. She turns and begins to enter her home, or at least the council house. There's a sigh of relief, and there is a tap on whomever is in the back to kind of encourage the line. He says, move along. Go, walk.
Can I admit a little bit? And I feel like Nyx would definitely just start waving. Like,
Who's in
one
the
hand
back? Is
to
it Symarra and Nyx?
Yeah,
What is
who-
your
am
what
I
is
in
your
the
current
back?
marching order? Who's first?
I'm in the front because I wanted to get it over with.
Okay,
Can I be in the
Oh.
back?
you totally can.
Yeah, I'm behind.
I want to be the
so-
last.
Okay, so then you probably would have heard him say, "But move along," and then just go, walk.
Are you waving the panties?
Yeah,
Farewell.
no, I'm definitely waving my hands like, oh yes, hello, like that princess wave, like.
Oh my god.
Tima's sort of lumbering, sort of on the edge of our vision, keeping up with us.
Oh good. I thought the bear was with us.
As instructed,
Okay,
lumbering around,
it won't take a lot.
watching, waiting.
The moment that you exit the entry of the town here, you are fine. You can be along your path, but things become a bit different. There is a stark contrast in Ravengrow to Harrowstone, and I think that you'll find that Ravengrow isn't so bad.
Great.
We exit Ravengrow, and we enter into Harrowstone outside. I'm going to give you guys a different map. You will be here.
And like an true Hollywood story. And then the good times ended.
Things you're not wrong about.
Things you're not. Oh, this looks familiar.
Yeah,
that
it
had
does.
warding spells on the outside of it to keep bad things in.
It certainly
Demons and
did.
such.
Let's go inside.
Let's
Absolutely.
find where your tokens
We've only lost our most
Oh,
intimidating and giant member of our team pretty much just casually through a portal to this place.
No,
Let's
Tima's
go
still
in.
here.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
true. Maybe she'll make a good trampoline again.
She has
Okay.
the softest of furs.
Well, you didn't do the damage. You're like this big.
It's true. Yeah.
Me.
Tima
You
didn't
can't
even
even
feel
blame
it.
me for that one.
We kind of plumped together.
Tima did that shake that bears do to get flies off. You know, they do a little, like, just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
little
We're
skin
on the
shake.
map
What is
twice.
All right, so Mogar is gone, and I'm going to have to find a dwarf temporarily, so I'm going to drum up a dwarf token to give to Wyld until we can at least find some artwork for him.
It's a wild dwarf.
So, Bub, why
Okay,
you
out
doing
of
that?
character.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's not important. I was going to ask about Roll20, like how this is being done now. Just really quickly, so the sheets get uploaded to Roll20 now, and all you have to do is hit a button?
Yeah. It's super easy. So it like pretty much
so
auto
sweet.
fills out your sheet, and then you just click the skill, and it just rolls it. You click your weapon, and it just rolls it.
Damn it. Sorry, Bub. I was busy.
It's all right, man. It happens. It happens. Not even mad. We're playing. That's what matters to me. 60.
L, you said out of character. What?
Oh, what is your dwarf? Unless you want to keep it secret for some reason, which is fine.
Iron dwarf, wood dwarf.
Well, I mean, you would
No,
probably
no.
see that he has at least a symbol of his deity of choice.
Yes, I mean I'm assuming paladin, but
Oh, I'm not armored. I don't actually have a weapon of any sort. Doesn't look like I'm a paladin. No, I have a walking stick.
The heck?
wait,
Go around poking people in the eye?
wait. So
Well, I've got to reach the eye somehow. I mean,
Yeah, right.
so what class are you?
I'm a cleric.
Oh,
Dang, we actually have a healer.
I was thinking monk. I thought for a second I was thinking monk.
No, not a monk.
Oh man, we've got a real cleric now.
We do.
Instead of a
fact,
fake
Now we can
cleric.
kick the
Then why
crap
have
out
I?
of
Yeah,
me.
I'm a fake cleric. Why have I been going all this healing shit?
I could just
Well,
murder things.
The great thing about
cleric!
it is that you can change. All it takes is an hour of you communing with nature, and you can
I
shift
know.
all of your spells.
Suddenly,
That's
I
cool.
become something else. Cool. What's your heal at? Can you fix people?
Don't
Oh my
tell it,
God.
For the fun.
Just out of character, my in-game character is super relieved. Okay.
Popping another blunt right now.
Yeah, Cypress has become irrelevant. MVG. I'm just gonna stand around and just let Tima do all the work, I guess.
She's got to actually do some work. She hasn't done anything yet.
But doesn't druids have? Yeah, you can buff your bear and stuff. Because we haven't had a fight where your bear was actually doing it.
Yeah, we haven't fought really outside. I mean, even now we're gonna go in. I don't know how Tima's gonna fit. You know, it's like
When we reach our break, which is probably in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna have to restart stream because OBS is eating up mad resources, and that's kind of what's cutting out the volume a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna
Are
have to
you using
restart
Google?
that. No, I'm using Firefox.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
And I'll be on a 2 PC setup. I'm just trying to set up NDI so we can take care of that problem.
Are you using a studio or are you using Streamlabs?
Studio.
Okay, yeah. I just switched over and it was like a world of difference. So
okay. So let's
Once
see.
you get that 2 PC setup, you'll be good.
Yeah, it should be a lot better. Did I meet the goal? Not yet. I'm going to switch over and show you guys really quick. I did start a goal at the beginning of the month that if we were to hit it, the viewers get to decide what color I dye my hair. They wanted to know, and I set it at 1850, which is an entire new, basically like redoing all of my stream periffs. It's supposed to give me a mixer, new monitors, like new green screen, key light, a whole bunch of things, and it is there. We're at $1,102. It's 59.5%.
Close, man.
Closing the gap.
Will this be like a tiny break or?
You have to poo, Nick.
I have to pee really
Go
bad.
for it. Go for it. I'm just going to be setting up the scene now.
I was
So
right.
All right.
go ahead. So you arrive at Harrowstone. You're quickly unmanacled. Everybody is treated as such. Bart's going to quickly gather those things, and he'll find himself leaning to you, Kurtson. I don't really need to carry this anymore. Can we place it on your ass?
Thought that the wrong way.
Aye, lad.
Good. Should make this a bit easier, I think. And he'll do so. He'll place the shackles and the chain over the back of your donkey, and be forward. He'll hand back the club, this makeshift club, over to you, Cypress, and he'll collect the bow from Kurtson, passing it back to you, Solis, and your quiver. Anything else that you guys need, also your heavy wooden shield will be returned to Cypress.
cool.
So
I don them.
okay. This
I don't like this area, so I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself because I'm like, I don't like this. Do I need to click it? Oh no.
I mean, yeah, just go ahead and click it, and it's marked as one of your spell uses.
I rolled
How
23
long?
really laggy.
How long? What?
I'll look it up.
Sorry.
Just gonna see how long.
It's an hour per level. It says it actually on the roll bit.
Yeah, it has a.
It says duration
Yeah,
1 hour per
description,
level.
basically.
Yeah, I was looking at Bart's skin, seeing how long that is.
Oh, sorry.
10 minutes a level, so like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to use that like right before battle, like.
Yeah. If we got a moment, I'll just go ahead and. It's okay. I gotta ask, or maybe you won't tell me, but is Tima going to be able to get inside this place?
Yeah, she should be able to. I mean, there's probably going to be some turns or some corners where it's going to be a little difficult, mind you, but not so much that should obscure her. The prison was meant to usher multiple people side by side in case prisoners were to do anything awry, if they were to get free. So it's at least 10-foot hallways.
Okay, I'm going to wait then. I'll wait.
Okay. Bart seemingly looks on past the swinging gate that almost rings menacingly. The wind stagnates, only picking up mere instances. You'll see a tree or two wave in the distance. A few of you have been here previously. I can think of at least Nyx. You remember the house. Some of you remember the prison. Some of you jumped off the top of the prison, landing depressingly on the back of Tima.
Does Tima remember the prison?
Yeah, she's not going to forget it.
She's
That's
just
for
shaking
certain.
in the back, like.
Depressingly on the back of Tima. What a great word usage there.
Bart turns. Is there any preparation? I've been here before, but things feel different.
I take a moment to sort of explain to Bart what happened the last time we were here. Just briefly. Just kind of give him a warning that things are awry and to be on the lookout.
I need to know who has the planchette.
I believe that's Nyx.
I
could be
thought
wrong.
Kendra had the planchette. I wasn't allowed to touch it anymore.
Removed it from us because we weren't allowed to have things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have it. I would love to have it.
From us?
Yeah,
Pretty
Kendra
sure she took
didn't
it
she
the
lock
spirit
it
board.
up?
And
Why
then
are we
if-
still trusting her?
No, I'm pretty sure you guys took it back from her.
Oh, well then I definitely have the planchette.
Let's say we
Then I
took it back.
definitely have it.
Yeah, because
Nobody has it on their character sheet.
if you
No
recall,
tension between my cheek.
in that fight with Sheriff Gibb, Kendra was wickedly drunk, like crazy intoxicated, and she's probably still hanging out in the pantry, afraid for her life, because that's where Symarra stuffed her.
We got that wizard come in and make us all sober. It was sad.
Oh, that's right. Someone, their parishioners. There was actually someone from the church that came in to sober you up, including her.
It was
So,
bad
yeah,
times.
it's likely that you still gathered those things. I don't really know necessarily about the board itself. Would you have brought the board? Is that important?
I would imagine we would bring, and this is just purely conjecture, but I feel like we would have brought anything and everything that we had to this. Like everything that we found. At least everything that we found in the grave, because that. Or
Well, I have all the scrolls and I have the potions and stuff. I think you have one heart siphon, Cyrus.
I think I do. Yeah, I do have a
with
haunt.
that you used when she was getting felt up by ghosts, and then that happened.
I think you have the other one.
Everything
though.
else.
Yeah, I
like,
think I think we had like a couple of the haunt
there's
siphons.
3.
Yeah, and
Three
I have
as well
one.
as that, yeah.
I have one, but I think it's used. Mine is used, or at least it has captured something. Whatever. It's like a Ghostbusters kind of thing.
Sort of, yeah.
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 But I
It's
think
not
you have
wrong.
the other 2.
Yeah, I have everything else. I think it was.
Solis, you have some of the arrows. I know that you
Yes.
had at least
you
marked
have
this down
all-
on your
yeah, he has
sheet.
all the arrows.
Yeah, I only used like one arrow. I think it was like a ghost arrow or something to pin the guy to the wall.
You guys were
been a
definitely
little
given
while.
some other bizarre things. You knew about the haunt siphon. You know about the spirit planchette.
There was a
Dude,
there's
Bub,
Yes,
the scythe.
did you get a haircut?
I did in fact.
Yeah.
It looks
Good.
awesome.
I was
Thank
gonna
you.
wait until we had like a break because I didn't want to be like in the middle of like D&D. Look at your hair.
I'm sorry.
Look
I
at your
have a little
hair.
Nix in me too. Giggity.
Everyone has
So-
hairs in
We all
there.
have a little nix in us.
This
I don't know
episode,
what happened.
Zoom is making me like kind of rosy and like making my complexion hyper pale. So it looks weird. I feel almost make-upped. I'm
Did
not
you
even sure
dye
why.
it or are you waiting to dye it?
It's like a
well,
faux hawk.
Well, I mean, it's a hard part on the side. So this is all shaved down, but it's shorter over here with a like a semi bouffant on top. I'm not even sure what you make of it.
You're straight out of Mad Max, man. I'm about to witness you.
Semi-informed. That's just.
So I think those
Lance,
other things.
we have the scythe. What's that scythe that cuts the realm?
That was the comma. It was the hand scythe.
Yeah,
it was like a
we
sickle.
have that because Cypress always uses it. I think he's used it twice.
Wait, have I been using a comma? No, I haven't used a
You
comma.
used that to cut the reality so we can. It was in the barn to save the sheriff.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Here we go.
No, I don't remember.
Those items.
Or was that the hunt siphon? I don't know.
Because
Something that
the
changed
scythe thing,
the-
there was a scythe, but it was when the Piper was at Kendra's and we were having the fight with the Sturges,
Mm.
and he had a scythe.
Oh, maybe he had it. We did something to change realms. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, no, I opened up the
haunt siphon.
that was just we were talking about. It's almost like a Ghostbusters thing. Like if I open it up and
Right.
it's empty, it sucks in.
Mm.
Yeah, we have one. We have like a spirit captured.
You have
Yeah,
something. Yeah, you do.
There was
Yeah,
something that let a demon. I don't know. Nyx had something that was cursed.
maybe he'll be friendly like Slimer.
Oh, that was that. I guess
Oh, that's what it is. Here we go.
Planchette and the Ouija board. Those are really, I think, the only 2 things that I've really focused on and touched.
I have it here.
I have picked the wrong town to walk into.
You
I
did,
have-
in fact.
Well, it's like there was Sturges and ghosts feeling people. Okay, right.
I briefly take a moment to update Kurtson on the items we have.
Yes.
And definitely warn him not to look through the planchette.
So the things that you have
those-
collected from the false crypt, there were 12 silver arrows, 4 sun rods, 6 flasks of holy water, 10 +1 arrows, 5 +1 ghost touch arrows, 2 +1 undead bane arrows, 5 cure light
See, we didn't
potions.
know that fact.
5 cure light potions, 2 potions of lesser restoration, a scroll of detect undead, and 2 scrolls of hide from undead.
I asked
Um,
Symarra to pass out 1 cure light wound potion to each of us. And I also asked her to pass out a sun rod to all of us except for Solis. What does a sun rod do?
Sunrod is
I've got it written as it's like a UV glow stick.
that's essentially it. It lights like a torch, but it provides no heat, and it doesn't go out.
And I don't need it because I see in the dark.
Yes. And also
don't
because you're
trust me?
wielding two items, so it might.
A ton of arrows and yeah.
Okay.
You don't trust me to carry these, Cypress? Wow. Okay. You've
You
trusted
don't
me
need
this
all
whole time when they were heavy and I carried them around, but all of a sudden Now I'm not good enough to carry them.
No one's
don't-
ever good enough for Cypress.
It's not. Don't take offense. I just don't want you to mistake it for food, man.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Well, I mean, do you have any bread that you can like? Because I can carry the bread.
I look at Kurtson and I say, "Don't give her the bread.
Why
If you
wouldn't I give
value
her
your
bread?
Don't give
Because
her."
they're mean to me.
It's just bread.
Solis
give
is just
me
looking
bread.
around, feeling uneasy.
I put my hands up. You do you, man. You do you.
Fine. Take your potion.
Okay.
I
I
grab
will-
a Cure Light Wounds potion
I will
and
hand them out.
stuff it into my vest.
I feel like this is probably our best chance for us to take that break so I can restart. And it's about the halfway mark. When we come back, we'll have about an hour and a half of time before we spring into our our exit. So make sure everybody run to the bathroom, get what you got to get some food and drinks and what have you. And when the stream comes back up, it'll be on the BRB. We'll see you in just a minute. Hang tough, guys. We'll see you un moment, friends. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Disregard that. I'm bad at games. Holy shit, it's happening! We're crossing streams. Where did everything go? There we go.
Whoa.
That's it.
My
Disregard
name's
that.
Jacob.
No, it's not.
Who am I? Oh, I was.
No, it's not. We'll be back in a second, guys.
Bubby casted a spell.
I did. Be right back, guys.